With with that pulled up on screen, it actually isn't fully correct because Torterra just got into the lobby. Um, but I am switching them out right now. It is, yes. And on screen, it's only their favorite characters, potentially what they'll be playing, but not a guarantee. With that, we will take a look at our map pool. This is a best of 7 or first to 4. Normally we would start on King of the Hill, but we are starting on Surabasa today to shake things up and, you know, throw off everybody because why not? Tuesday, yeah, season 15. That will be fun as our All Stars matches next Saturday, and they're gonna have to figure it out. I did. Both of Flashpoint maps are getting reworked. And just a quick thing before we get our first map started, the Channel Point Gambling is up. You can vote on whichever team you think is going to win and try to win more channel points to use for all the sound alerts you please. I will play a demo one just because I can. And we're going to do a quick look at our previous game, wherein finals for Tier 4 was on Thursday and ended in a 4-0 sweep from Spectrum over LGM. And our Tier 3 Grand Finals will be tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Five, One.
We're gonna have a hell of a time.
Shields up! Shields up!
Just the immediate nope.
Good to see you. This ends now. It's go time.
Let the kitsune guide you!
It's never boring around me.
Hey. Flashpoint ruins.
I mean, I was hoping that 10th ult was gonna get dropped, personally. Little upset that we only had 9 of them. That's pretty accurate.
I am at the objective.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Greetings.
My ultimate is ready.
Is that one of the perks? That's actually cool. Is it like Hog's old secondary fire from Overwatch 1? Gotcha.
Ends now. Who's next? That's 2. Cooling down.
Greetings.
I mean, I was honestly just so focused on the Reaper and quite literally just storming through everybody. I'm currently waiting to see, at some point during the first map, your audio actually cut out from the stream. So I'm currently waiting to see if it gets picked back up, because I believe the Discord audio itself faulted. So I'm waiting for Tay in chat, who is the one that told me, to say that you can be heard. And that first map did go to Sharks, correct? Now we move on to King's Row. Let's update the bracket. I hope so. I mean, I feel like that's just the King's Row agreement, is Rhine only. did know that, and I'm very curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it's gonna be open queue, but you can only pick 2 tanks at the most.
I thought it was min 1, max 3.
What they said in the dev update was open queue, but 2 tanks is the most you can pick. But I guess we'll see. I think that's in season 16, maybe. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. What'd you think about the new hero, Freya? Was it? I feel like that. I feel like
Yeah,
that
it
can't
was
be
Freya.
right because that's literally the Norse goddess's name.
It's spelled Freja. Yeah, for some reason your voice isn't getting picked up on stream, so I'm trying to figure that out.
I mean, I'm just here in chat. I don't know. No hour. I don't think it did this previously. I'm fairly certain it picked me up before.
It picked you up at the beginning and then it stopped. I think I fixed it now.
Okay, well, what'd you do?
I had to remove Discord from OBS and add it back on.
I am no longer silenced.
No, you should be here now, so it doesn't sound like I'm talking to myself.
I mean, you already do that anyways, so
Hey.
it ain't too much different from.
Don't call me out like that. You're right, but... Alright, well, real quick, we're gonna run a 1-minute ad break while we get the lobby finalized and get the rosters good, and then I'll throw up the prediction, and then we'll be good to go. So we'll be right back, friends.
And welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed whatever sort of ad you happened to see there. And here we are. We're waiting on King's Road still. I believe we are currently ready. We're just about to hop into the map very shortly. I'm very curious what the two sides are going to play because I didn't expect Malga to start. So I don't really know what to expect anymore. I honestly expected Hazard, so I was surprised to not see that.
Also, the channel point prediction is up, so gamble your channel points away. You lose nothing, and you gain the ability to send sound alerts, so it's worth it.
Yeah, So there you go. You can potentially earn yourself some more channel points if you guess the correct team. And again, looks like both of the teams are going to be doing a little bit of trolling here to start off, not really showing us what they're playing. One of these teams has to show us what they're playing, that being the Sharks. So it does appear the Sharks are actually going to be playing Junker Queen, which does surprise me a little bit, I'm not going to lie to you. And we're going to see Sunless and Drixus, so we're going to be seeing a double hit scan comp with some Kiriko Lucio and a Junker Queen. While the other side, Vicious Control, appears to be playing some Zarya, but we saw Lemonade do this troll pick last round, so I don't know if I believe this. And the Widowmaker is going to be a 1 second look for a shot and then swap Sojourn pick, so I don't believe that one either. Oh, this person's ICU is actually playing this character right now. Alright, I can't say I expected this. No, that's very true. I'm more surprised than anything that I'm seeing a Junker Queen right now. Again, the reason I like Hazard so much is because Hazard's a flying Junker Queen.
That's so valid.
It's what he does. He does the slash, right? He just flies.
He's like combining Queen and Doom.
Yeah, it's like if you put Diva and Queen into one hero, it would be Hazard. Because that's, yeah, you just jump in front of people and block. Which, by the way, one of his perks is his block will have life steal. So, fun fact for anybody who doesn't know that yet. One of the perks for Hazard is that he will gain 30% life steal on his block.
Isn't one of Queen's that she gets 100% life steal when she ults?
Yes.
That's cool.
I don't know what her life steal is at the moment when she ults, but it would be near instantaneous, 0 to full HP. So that would be a cool one. But I mean, you're gonna need something like that in order to stay alive on that character. Oh, Lemonade is a better person than me. I would have shot that grab off as soon as I saw 3 squishy characters standing next to each other. Lemonade is a better player than me, that's for sure. And the solo grab comes out on the Pla. And there goes Lemonade. Pla is taking a long time to build up to this Queen ultimate. It's just like, they can't really make it to anybody before they're able to, you know, retreat and get some healing in. It's just tough with the composition that's being played right now. The only character you're going to be able to really shoot at consistently as Junker Queen is going to be this Zarya. Otherwise, you're forced to kind of look at a Tracer, which, like, you're not going to be able to consistently hit a Tracer as Junker Queen. I don't know, this Queen just doesn't feel like it fits to me. But this Rampage is going to be massive here in about, I don't know, 15 seconds.
Not even.
I was off. I didn't expect Lemonade to instantly die like that, so that's that upped the speed a little bit, if you will. But that's the only ult that gets used from the side of the Sharks, so they're looking at their other 4 ultimates still online, and the same can be said for Vicious Control. I think the big one here, though, is Pulse Bomb. If Source can land this Pulse Bomb onto somebody and confirm a kill, that'll be absolutely massive, and even having the sound barrier won't really matter that much because you'll have the mana advantage. So let's see, Sorks setting up. Everybody knows Sorks is over here. They're looking for Sorks. Nice stick! The beat comes out, but it is too late for Sunless, and Drixen also did not get the overclock. Sorks getting forced out of that high ground. Out comes the orbital ray. Amplification matrix comes out, but Baptiste instantly dead right behind it. Wait, and it looks like Lucas still alive, trying to get this point contest on this Lucio. Just got to make sure you finish that Lucio off. Fun fact, one of the Lucio perks is that you restore 3 ammo per second while you wall ride. So that's going to be a fun perk.
Frogger's going to have the time of his life.
There's potential you would never have to reload if you stay on the walls all the time. There is potential.
Doesn't he have 2 wall riding based perks for the minor and the major?
I don't know the major, I gotta be honest with you. So it's a possibility. I know the minor one is he restores 3 ammo per second. Tracer's is the craziest one. You seen Tracer's perk?
I believe so. I watched a video of all the perks the other day. And now you got me curious. I'm gonna go look
Lord.
up Lucio's perks.
Lord of mercy. Tracer gets all her blinks back on a recall. That's absurd. ICU does swap back onto this Widowmaker, though, looking for these shots onto Sunless. I also want to note that Pla has decided to go Ramattra, which I think is a lot more even of a matchup with the Zarya. So I do like this better. The grab comes out onto high ground. Lemonade take down Drixen. If you're Sorks here, you kind of just want to build up your Pulse Bomb. Well, at this point, now the whole team's been wiped, so you can get a free kill onto Sunless. If you can farm out this Pulse Bomb, though, you're going to be able to potentially stick somebody in spawn, which is something that everybody really likes to do when they're playing Tracer. Oh, they were looking for it right there. They just didn't have it. Oh, they forced it out, but they got out the Immortality. That's still good value for Sorks. Sunless taking down Bachi, Ohio means that I think this fight is over with for the side of Vicious Control. There's no way they're about to turn this fight with neither one of their supports alive. That is a really nice bubble, though, from Lemonade. I can't lie to you about that. You gotta keep this Zarya of Lemonade alive if you can, but it doesn't look like you can. And that is unfortunate to lose all that charge. The charged up Zarya is such a valuable asset to have. And for the side of Vicious Sharks, they're going to have the Amplification Matrix, all 5 ultimates basically. Namely Annihilation though, that's the big one. So if they pop that ultimate, we can actually roll the credits on the stream. It's going to be a good time. We can go home early, everybody. We did it.
Okay. We can do it. We did
There
it.
it is. There it is. You can roll the credits now. That's it. That's some good holding of the ult from Wavy, I think. Sound barrier. Like, you weren't gonna win that fight with the sound barrier just because Pla has so much health on this Ramattra. And now you have the sound barrier available for this next fight where it's gonna be more useful. Oh, Sorks taking down Drixen is actually big time. Nice sound barrier coming out from the side of Lucas. Wavy Creature still has their sound barrier as well. And out comes that. A lot of sustain coming through for Vicious Control. And it looks like Vicious Control is about to cap here unless Pla is just an absolute maniac on this Ramattra. And there you go, the cap comes through. 56 seconds remaining on the clock. Vicious Control. Very solid attack, but a nice retaliation, if you will, from the Vicious Sharks. I think once they swapped off that Junker Queen, it got a lot better.
So with a
I know this sounds really
little
silly.
break
Go ahead.
In the action, I did look up the Lucio Major perks. While Amp It Up is active, he either gets a crossfade range increase of 150% or an attack speed increase of 50%. Personally, I would go for the attack speed increase.
Did you say the area increases by 150%?
Crossfade's range increases by 150 or his attack speed by 50.
Okay. I would go for the range. Personally. Just because, you know, I think it's, you know, maybe it'll be comparable to Brigitte at that point. As far as her range with Inspire.
It would probably depend on the Lucio playstyle you go for, because honestly, if you're a Reddit Lucio, that range means nothing to you.
Yeah. Might actually be more useful. You could be in the back line still healing people.
That's true.
Like, I'm useful back here.
I
Oh
need
no,
sustain
Lemonade.
just in their backline.
Lemonade has picked the unfun character. The Orisa has in fact come out. Everybody knows you're supposed to wear the referee skin as Orisa.
I don't think I even have that skin.
It's from Lucio Ball, I think, but it's necessary because that's when the fun stops, right? So, and who stops the fun from happening in games? Referees. Yeah. So it's the perfect skin for Orisa. Orisa is a ref.
Oh, the
So
ram
just
being
think about
killed
that.
in spawn.
Oh, look at all that damage coming through as well. That is insane. Sork's already 70% on this pulse bomb. I know it builds quickly, but still, that's an insanely fast charge rate. And Lemonade as well, doing a good job of just existing really hard on this Orisa right now, so gotta shout them out. Sork's getting that kill onto Drixen in the back line. Sorks has Pulse Bomb up and ready. Not gonna need it this fight though, but they might still throw it anyways, just to assert dominance, as you sometimes do. Sunless taking down 2 in the back line. How did this happen? My goodness. Reaper taking down 2. That could prove very, very fatal unless Sorks does something like that. That's exactly what you need in that moment to prevent this push from happening. Gotta make sure you're protecting your Juno here. Bachi Ohio cannot die right now. That happened. Pla knew that that needed to happen. So very smart play from them. And that's it. That's going to be point number 1 going in the favor of the Vicious Sharks. They took advantage of the fact that Sunless was able to come in and get 2, I guess, late picks. Yeah, 2 late picks in one fight, which steamrolled into a fight win and point capture right here for the side of Vicious Sharks. Great plays from them, quite honestly. Sunless looking for this Death Blossom right now. It's going to be tough to get off going into an Orisa though, so don't. Yeah, that's about how I expected that to go.
Poor guy.
There was almost no other way that could go. You know, you did a good job of tracking the Javelin. The Javelin throw was out, but, you know, all they have to do is look at you.
That's the life of playing Reaper.
Oh, man. Sometimes those blatantly disrespectful blossoms like that work really well, though. So, you know, you can't hate the try. Via More coming out. Bomb coming out from Pla just to get the remech. I think Drixen's gonna pop this. Oh, yep, there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Only 3. That's okay, though. I told you, Orisa always stops all the fun from happening. There's another prime example of it.
Chat. This Sorks guy popped an Addy at halftime.
It ain't even halftime yet. We're only on map 2. We're having a chatter predict the future right now. Halftime doesn't happen for 3 more maps, I think. I guess it's a best of 7, so.
We have 7 in total.
Whatever.
So it would be like halfway through map 4.
Yeah. Yeah, so once we play one side of map 4, that's when it'll be done.
One side of
Watch point's the map I'm excited for because it's when we'll see something different, potentially. Pulse Bomb comes out from Sorks, does not get the stick. And the Kiriko TP's in of Wavy Creature. There has been a Kiriko swap also, worth mentioning. Lemonade has swapped back to a more fun hero, playing the Zarya now. I do appreciate that. And that Blossom went about as well as you would expect it to. Once again, because we're not playing Malga comps this time, so you know these characters can do more about what you're doing. It's a tough reality. Reaper's one of those characters that's like, I love seeing good Reaper play, for sure, but there's so much you can do about what he's trying to do. It's like, it's almost infuriating. Oh, Drixen taking down ICU. Lemonade needs to build up this grab fast now and make sure it doesn't get eaten.
I hope it doesn't get eaten, just because it'd be funny.
I hope that they bait Pla. Like, you know what would have been really funny to happen right there? Like, if while Pla was flying away, he just shot it right at their back, but like at their team at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh damn, that was a good read. But that grab came out. There it is. Great play. The immortality comes out, and so does the amplification matrix. Kitsune mate. Oh, Drixen getting the kill. Plus, only going to use that bomb to remech. I have a hard time believing they do anything other than remech with bomb.
That's fair.
Oh,
Unless they
Plug
throw
getting
it for
a
the
nice
PM,
kill
of
there.
course.
They could do that. This game's close enough. I don't think they're gonna do that. Is the thing. Drixen getting a nice kill onto Sorks. Starting to really come into their own on this sojourn here. And we're looking at 2 minutes on the clock. You're pretty much guaranteed a better time if you're the side of Vicious Control. It's gonna be very difficult for Vicious Sharks to get a better time. I don't know if it's possible. Maybe it is if they just absolutely steamroll this fight. I'm also not sure why Control isn't taking this fight at the first corner here. They're just kind of backing up, and yeah, now Sorks is in alone and dies. This is the thing that needed to happen for them to potentially have an equal time. That right there.
If they don't have 3 on cart, I don't think they can get an equal time.
I don't think they can, but this is their best bet at it, I would say. Sunless on this Reaper, it's still gonna be tough, but I don't think it's gonna be as tough as it could be to get this. Ooh, nice kill onto ICU. That is big time. Down goes the Kiriko. Lemonade taking down Lucas could prove fatal. Pla is pushing this cart though, just saying, all right, Sorks, you got to come over here and deal with me. Pulse Bomb comes out, does not get a soul, and Pla just kind of existing on this diva. Gonna have to throw this bomb out. Hopefully they manage to get back in mech. They do get Bachi Ohio. That's a big time kill, because then there goes the Kiri. Right behind it, there goes the Zarya. And that's going to be a point cap coming through for Vicious Sharks. They cap with 28 seconds less. So we're going to see a minute to a minute 28.
Why did I
Not
expect this game to not go as long as it possibly could whenever I host?
Oh, is that a thing?
Every game I have ever hosted has been 5 maps. Also, look, stream, we can go to the bottom of King's Row.
So you're telling me it's gonna be? So you're telling me it's gonna be a 4-1 today?
At least. There 5 maps will get played no matter what.
Okay. What if it's just 4-0 and then they decide they want to play another one for shits and giggles?
They can play whatever they want, but I'm not staying.
Oh, I forgot. I just cursed on stream for no reason.
That's okay. You're allowed to.
I need
You're
to-
allowed to do that on Annihilation streams.
That's good.
We are PG-13.
Yeah, we're like a Marvel movie.
Yeah, you get like 1 or 2.
Language. Let's see. We're looking at the same diva composition coming out from the Vicious and a very similar Zarya composition coming out for the side of Vicious Control. I like the Juno Brig generally speaking, but I just think you're not dumping healing into an ult battery on Zarya the same as you would be into a Mauga. So that's the only difficulty here, and Vicious Sharks are going to have entirely too much control over this high ground. There is nothing you can do about them right now, unless water just, you know, is in range of Zarya like that. So, you know, that can prove a little bit fatal. Yeah, this Brigida of Lucas is entirely alone right now. Probably needs to get pushed. Forces out the diva, which is a good play. And guess what? Sorks is still back here, so Sorks is going to continue to harass, as they should. That Reaper just screamed out flanking as they teleported. I've always thought that was
I love that voice line. It's so funny.
it's like, why are you going to tell me that you're flanking?
You
Like,
have to yell it. You have to announce your presence.
Yeah. There goes the D-Mech on the Pla. No bomb available, so that's going to be Baby Banner available right now. And down everybody goes. That's going to be a full hold for Vicious Control. No ultimates managed to get built up, and this Zarya of Lemonade just never goes down the fair fight. And great survivability from that Zarya.
Initiating match.
The moon haunts you.
Alright, are we about to see a draw here, Arya?
I hope not, but
This was the one case where it could be a 4-0 and 5 maps would still be played.
because it has to happen.
Yeah. This is the only way. We're gonna see the side of Vicious Sharks doing a little bit of trolling here. Running out on this wrecking ball composition. I just say that because I don't like wrecking ball. That does not mean they're not good at the composition. So
Ugh,
that's my personal bias.
I do not like Hammond comms.
Yeah, I'm not with it. Hammond's perks are pretty balanced though. I do like them.
I don't remember his offhand.
5, 4,
Yeah, they're pretty balanced. One is like you get 100 more health per health pack you run into.
Oh yeah, I do recall that.
Yeah, and then the other one was like if you transfer shields to teammates, your cooldown on your shields goes down a certain percentage, but only if you transfer the shields. Yeah, so I'm like, that sounds pretty balanced to me. It allows you to play for a more team-oriented play style, which I think Hammond needs something like that. He's not a very team-oriented tank. We're seeing the cap already come through for Vicious Control. And that's the only thing about this Wrecking Ball comp is it doesn't have very point presence. It does have good pick potential though, so that's what you need to be doing. If you're going to be playing the ball, you got to get the kills. Oh, Drixon gets forced to drop right there. That's going to cause them to go down, and there goes the cap. I mean, that's one of the weaknesses, like I said, of the ball comp. Ball just doesn't have point presence. It's not what ball does. Ball just kind of rolls around, pile drives random individuals, kills them. It's not a thing where you sit still on that character like ever. We're gonna see this nice overclock coming through from ICU, confirming this cap. And there you go. That's gonna be map number 2. We're gonna be tied up 1-1 in this series right now. And I would say it's looking like a very competitive final so far. I like what I'm seeing from both teams. A lot more variance than I expected, quite honestly, in terms of compositions at the very least. I thought it was going to be mostly hazard mirrors throughout, so yeah, I'm glad to see that not be the case so far. It makes me not really know what's going to happen. Like, it really does just feel like the two tanks are just trying to counter each other constantly. What'd you think about that map?
Honestly, I'm just glad to not see Maga or Hazard. That's all I can care about. Every game that I play lately has been Hazard. Or Doom.
I wonder why Doom.
For people that can't play Hazard. Closest they can get. With that, we are going to toss in an ad break as we choose the prediction outcome, and we will be right back.
Alright, welcome back everybody. Get ready for map number 3. Runasapi. We're gonna have a nice push game here on what I would say is the best push map that's come out so far, so I'm never too mad to see Runasapi. It's a great map, honestly. It has a lot of various flank angles you can take, and it's really pretty to look at too. And if you look around, because the place is in Peru, on one of these signs, this guy looks just like Emperor Cusco from the Emperor's New Groove.
I wish I knew where the sign was.
It's right in front of First Point, or where it's right in front of the middle. If you just go straight around the corner from the middle towards the right side, there he is. So yeah, where the blue push bot is, it's right in front of the blue push bot.
I don't know where it is.
You know where the blue bot is?
Yeah, I'm looking at the bot.
Okay, so turn towards the way it's gonna go when it gets pushed.
Okay.
Up at the corner, do you see that sign?
The corner?
Yeah, the next corner. There he is.
It does look like Cusco.
Yeah, there he is. He's right there.
That is actually really funny.
Yeah. And we're going to be having a ball dive against a Doomfist. No, okay. We're going to have a ball dive against a Malga.
Possible.
Ball and Malga. This is a combination I did not think I would see today, but you know, here we are. Here we are. I think if you're this Wrecking Ball, you kind of have to go after the Cass. That's going to be your primary target here. Otherwise, all you're going to do is just roll through and do damage. You know what? I think that's what Pla's going to do. Just roll through and do damage. Sork's taking down Sunless, but Pla does get Bocce, Ohio in the process. Oh, Malga's doing that thing where he shoots his guns really hard.
Team is pushing forward.
I hate it. I hate
So-
these tanks.
So something that makes Malga a little bit more fun to me is I imagine him screaming at the top of his lungs. Guns?
I just imagine Maui from Moana.
Have you ever seen Rick and Morty where they go to that planet sun that just screams while it's coming up?
I don't watch Rick and Morty, but I definitely know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what Malga does while he's shooting those two chain guns. He just screams at the top of his fucking lungs the whole time. So it's even funnier when there's two of them back and forth doing it at each other. You can just imagine they're just screaming as hard as they can. Then they take a deep breath every time they reload, and then they do it again. Man, if they time their cooldowns perfectly, that exchange can happen for like a straight minute before somebody goes down. It's so funny. Sork's having this pulse bomb online though could prove fatal if they manage to get this stick onto Lucas. I think that's who they're going to be going for, honestly. Nope, they went for the stick onto Sunless. Don't get it. Tracemaker goes down to Bocce, Ohio though, so this could prove fatal for the side of the Vicious Sharks. I really think they're probably going to have to swap off of this Wrecking Ball composition if they want to, you know, start taking more control back over Vicious control, that is.
The Hammond. And the Maga. Have fun. Do something.
It's just, there's no point presence, and all Malga does is exist on point. So it's just like, yeah, that's one of his perks, 2 people. And that makes sense, he's as big as 2 people. It's how big I was before I lost weight. I was about that size. But that's another story for another day. You can listen to my podcast I don't have, where I talk about my weight loss journey.
The Annihilation podcast coming never.
It'll happen eventually. You know, we'll just get on there and just talk about how if you don't have a Lamborghini by the time you're 25, you're a failure at life.
Is that somebody's podcast?
Yeah, there are people that do that all the time. It's like these finance bros. They get online and talk about how, like, yeah, look, man, there's so much money out there. If you're making... Oh my god, you ever seen Grant Cardone? Grant Cardone has the most hilarious clip ever where he says, if you make less than $400,000 a year, you should be embarrassed as a human being. Nice nano coming out on the pla. Rally coming out from Wavy Creature. That's going to be very useful for the side of Vicious Control. But Bachi Ohio going down could prove fatal. Sorks stealing the robot in the process, though. There you go. What are you going to do now, Vicious Sharks? The bot's going the wrong way. And Sorks is so mobile, they'll still be able to get away from you. You're gaining no push. As a matter of fact, this fight is about to happen again, and you're sitting at mid. That is a tough location to be stuck at right now. Sorks winning that 1v1 against Tracemaker, just absolutely popping off. The body block, the cage, that's the most worth cage I've ever seen from a Malga in my life. That's the single most worth thing I have ever seen in a game of Overwatch. That just happened right there, and I hope it was caught on stream. Was it? Arya?
I think it was.
Okay. I was actually asking you that question.
I was muted by accident.
Okay.
I did respond, but it didn't matter.
Alright, fair enough. Lemonade coming in with the stomp. The sleep comes out, as does the anti, but Malga doesn't get antied and also has cardiac overdrive available to them. Still one of the craziest moves in the game. In comes the stamp, water goes down, and this is just an absolute steamroll from the side of Vicious Control right now. And Vicious Sharks are still on this Wrecking Ball composition for some reason. Mines come out. There goes one kill, but Sorks trades out Sunless. So both Sojourns are out of this fight right now. Lemonade's still getting so much push. And down goes the Zenyatta of Lucas. I mean, there's a Malga just caging the point. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna have to walk into this cage. Oh, and that's what was needed right there. But wait, Sorks is still alive. And Sorks is playing the video game well until Lucas hit them with a headshot. Which, you know, it can happen to the best of us, so. Here we go. 142.29 meters to 34.96. An absolute dominant performance from Vicious Control right now. It's going to take an absolute miracle to flip this map completely around for the Vicious Sharks. It's going to take some strategic dives coming in from this Wrecking Ball. Oh, and there go both support ults. There goes Orbital Ray. There goes a Pulse Bomb. And it looks like Vicious Control is taking this. Oh my goodness. And Pla has now swapped to Malga. It has happened. But has it happened too late?
Push is always winnable.
Is it?
You can get all the way to the end of push and still lose. Unfortunately, my team has proved that plenty of times.
Well, it looks like Vicious Control is doing really well right now. That kill from Lucas was really good, though, to take down the Sojourn. Not Sojourn. To take down the Malga, and it's going to allow Sunless to not really have a Malga in their face to deal with. And here we go. Vicious Sharks pushing it back towards mid right now. It's going to take a while to get there, but they are definitely pushing in that direction. Lemonade has this cage fight available. There is also going to be a rally online. Trace Maker needs to be big time with this Pulse Bomb. It's the only ult available for the side of Vicious Sharks. There goes ICU, taking down Pla.
Squad is on the move.
Trace Maker and Sorks in a Tracer duel. The Pulse Bomb tries to go out from Sorks onto Trace Maker. It does not land. Meanwhile, back at the main fight, we see Sunless take down ICU. Wavy, the rally forced out a Wavy creature. Pulse Bomb comes out, does not get Wavy, but Wavy does eventually go down. And you're looking at no supports available for Vicious Sharks, but they do still manage to win that fight out, so you're not too mad about it. This next fight is going to be the advantage for the side of Vicious Sharks. But here we are. We're just about in overtime, 40 seconds left. You definitely need to win this next fight, and then probably about 3 more after it, I would say, if you're the side of Vicious Sharks. At least 3 more after it, if not more. So what ult is going to come out first? I have to imagine it's going to be the cage, and there it is, right on cue. And there goes the opposing cage. There goes the orbital ray. And Sorks taking down water is big time in that moment, because it forces the rally out of Lucas. And now you only have an overclock available to you. That's a tough position to be in, because you're going into an orbital ray and a pulse bomb. But namely that orbital ray, you need to get Bachi Ohio to Ajax that orbital ray somehow. That's probably your best bet of winning this if you're the Vicious Sharks. Otherwise, I'm not sure how you can manage to win at such a disadvantage ult-wise. Out comes the orbital ray. Sunless gets Bachi Ohio, and Sorks taking down Lucas. And there it is, Vicious Control going up 2-1 in this series. And yeah, I gotta be honest, I think a lot of it was just due to the composition that they were playing for the large majority of this map. It felt a lot more back and forth once both teams were playing this Mauga comp. But you know, prior to that, it was just, you know, too late. Like, if you're just trading fights back and forth, you end up at the midpoint over and over again, just walking from the midpoint to where they were at over and over again if you're just trading one fight back and forth, you know? So. Next up's going to be Watchpoint Gibraltar. I hope I see Winston here. I really hope I see Winston here.
On an unrelated note, while we in our little intermission, for those that play Marvel, and don't already know this, Human Torch and The Thing come out on February 21st. Enjoy.
Can you just flash up that clip from fucking NBC? I see, that's just me talking again. Can you just flash up that clip from NBC that says "The more you know" with, like, you know, the rainbow and the star?
Yes. The more you know. But I mean, we have confirmation that we have to at least go to map 5 now.
Well, I mean, yeah, that happened last map. You know what I mean? Like, so here we go. Torterra coming in for Pla, and I have to imagine Torterra is typically the more flexible tank player, so I get the feeling we're going to see Winston here. I would expect to see some Winston, potentially some Widowmaker as well. Maybe we see some Echo. I would expect to see.
Please stop playing Maga.
I would expect to see the Ana Brig backline as well. You know, I'm a big fan of Winston personally. Like, people always kill me when they say the bubble is no skill or whatever. I'm like, it's just positioning, which is 90% of Overwatch's gameplay. It's like most of these heroes don't really require that much aim. Just are you in the correct spot at the correct time?
With that, we're actually not going to do any ad or breakaway screen in between this map because it auto-ran an ad already, so I can't do it.
Alright, so here we are. Watchpoint Gibraltar. What do you have in store for us tonight?
I am assuming, well, Pl's not in, so maybe we won't see a diva.
Like I said, I'm thinking Winston. I'd be surprised if it wasn't Winston.
They're
I'm
talking
hoping to see.
nonsense in game chat. I'm gonna fight all of them.
I'm hoping to see some Winston Tracer action here. That's always a fun combination. What have you been seeing on Gibraltar so far in the other games?
Well, my team played in the grand finals just the other day. I believe we ran Lucio, Kiri. I don't remember if we ran Monkey or Hazard. Eris is behind me, but he's ignoring me. Hi, did we run Hazard or did we run Monkey? Hazard? Hazard has been confirmed.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, we haven't seen Hazard from either of these teams today, so I am definitely erring more towards the Winston side. It seems like for whatever reason these teams do not want to play Hazard.
I don't know
Maybe
if
they
it's just that they don't want to get, counter-comped or what the case may be.
I mean, it certainly could be.
Looks like we got a confirmation to head into map 4 officially.
And here we are. Watchpoint Gibraltar. One of the maps that I really like in this game. But that's probably because it's one of my better maps personally, so that's probably a big reason why I like it.
I personally don't like playing on this map, unironically.
What's up? Why's that?
I'm not a very dive-centric player. I never fare too well. I don't think I put a prediction up for this map. Let me do that real quick for those who are watching.
Oh, you have 15 seconds. As soon as those doors open, that's it.
Yeah, we'll lower
Also,
it to 2 minutes. Here you go.
Also, it appears as though Pla was actually in. For some reason, I thought Torterra was in for the side of the Vicious Sharks.
Switch, and then Torterra said no. So.
Alright, so looks like we're going to be seeing this Wrecking Ball composition come out again. I don't know who you're attacking as Wrecking Ball with this. I don't know who you're attacking. Yeah, Sunless takes down the Sorks. Tracemaker gets Bachi Ohio. Sunless gets ICU. Lucas gets Lemonade. And there you go. Alright, well. If Sunless is just going to land shots, that's going to negate out any sort of positioning battle that you might be going for with dive comp. this Doom's gonna have a tough time. These players are good enough that they're gonna land all their cooldowns on you, and they have an Ana. So like water's
discorded.
yeah, water's gonna land all these sleeps. Meanwhile, back at the cart, there's a ball and a tracer backline. ICU does manage to get Tracemaker though. That could prove useful, but it almost feels like it's going to take too long for a full reset to happen. ICU still getting these picks on this Genji right now.
Spoke a little too soon. The instant death as you say it.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think Lemonade gave up on the Winston too quick.
I agree personally.
I think Winston's just provides so much more value to your this does in this particular instance. Your bubble can do a lot for your supports. You would have to use it more defensively than offensively, but it can still provide an absurd amount of value to your supports. Out comes the Meteor Strike. Going for the back line. Does land it, but misses the follow-up punch, so Lemonade's just gonna have to get out. Meanwhile, Pla is killing Wavy Creature on point as well as Bachi, Ohio. Vicious Sharks said they're putting the big boy pants on now.
I'm curious to see if this is going to be just as close as previous maps have been, or if given the composition change, if it's just going to be one-sided.
ICU taking down Tracemaker, that could prove useful. But at the same time, Pla has 1200 HP, so I'm not really sure what you can really do. But, yeah. Sunless taking down Bachi, Ohio is no good. Sunless absolutely dominant right now on the Sojourn. And Lemonade is just trying to exist on point as Orisa, and I just don't think that's going to work out too well for you in this instance. There you go, Sunless just continuing to pop off on this Sojourn right now. When the Sojourn's landed shots like these, you need a character that could potentially get in their face and deny some of those shots.
Keep it tight. These last moments are crucial.
I'm actually surprised to see how many cooldowns between some of these characters are actually getting missed.
Clear out.
Oh yeah?
I've seen some sleeves, some javelins, just not landing.
It's alright, they're just warming up.
Warm up game.
Yeah.
There we go, Sunless. Thank you for proving me wrong. Oh, not the emote.
Oh my lord, you were casting one of my games one time and I did that on accident.
I think I remember that.
I was jumping out on Winston and I always spam hello, but the same button can also make me start dancing. And that's what happened. I started dancing in front of the enemy team instead of saying hello to them. It was quite the moment for me.
An unfortunate circumstance. I've had a few of those. I've watched one in one of the tier 3 playoff games that happened to somebody.
Yeah.
And they got killed for it.
Oh man. Well, the ball composition's working very well for the side of Vicious Sharks on this map as opposed to the last map. But I still think Lemonade gave up on Winston too quickly there. There were quite a few targets being Sunless, Water, and Lucas that I think a Winston would have done incredibly well against given enough time. It was just tough to deal with the Wrecking Ball and the Tracer just killing your backline so quickly. But I don't know, Doomfist doesn't really stop that from happening either, so I don't know, I guess I don't see the vision. I don't know what the vision is. So,
to irritate
that's
me by their hero picks, that's what they're doing. Now they're both on Ammon.
Luke is taking down Sorks.
Oh, R.I.P. Lemonade.
Yeah, you were just talking about sleeps not getting landed. That one did.
Yeah, I had to say something so they'd prove me wrong. That's how it works, apparently.
Is that the strat?
It seems to work. No matter what team I say it for.
I believe they call that reverse psychology. All I'm gonna say right now, Lucas,
Future, but it's wrong.
if Zen wasn't meant to flank, he would have footsteps. That's all I'm saying.
Flank Yada.
The support's absolutely popping off for Vicious Sharks right now. There you go. Sharks taking that map in a dominant fashion, and we're in a 2-2 series right now.
Because
Going
of
into
course
map
we
number
are.
5. So it looks like we're gonna have at least 6 maps tonight, so you've been proven wrong.
We are going into Throne of Anubis on this next one.
Another quick map. So even at its longest, it's still like, what, 10 minutes? I feel like it's never longer than like 10 minutes.
It's either a steamroll or, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's physically possible to be longer.
I casted one that was 2 minutes 14 seconds.
That's hilarious.
What?
That is pretty hilarious to be that short.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
think my
it
shortest
was...
game ever has been like 6 minutes.
Nope,
Besides
at 2 minute
DCS.
14. 2 minute 14 second. Hanoka. I could probably go find it. We cast it on CGL, so I know there's... I would just have to go look for it.
I'm bullying them.
Is that right?
They said in game chat, does that map count? I hope it doesn't. And I said it won't count if you DoorDash me food.
What's your DoorDash of choice?
I haven't DoorDashed in so long. I think the last thing I got was when I was down south, and I think I don't even remember what we got, but it's not something we have up here. And that one went to Sharks, correct?
It did.
I want to confirm I'm choosing the right outcome, and I didn't imagine that.
No, that is what happened. That is indeed what happened. So, now I imagine we're gonna just see two Malgas run at each other at the top of their lungs.
Alright. It looks like we've got the rosters organized. Let's hopefully get a quick jump into this map because it's already been an hour and a half.
Well, you know, King's Row was probably an hour of it. We're being
Honestly,
honest.
yeah, that was the longest map. But we are moving into map 5 in a 2v2. I am going to toss up the prediction now.
You telling me they're going 2v2 against each other? That's what this map's gonna be?
Yes.
Which two?
Torterra and Tracemaker versus Lemonade and ICU. That's who I'm choosing.
Speaking of Lemonade and ICU, do you remember when they had that fucking... Oh, damn it, I did it again. Oh, well, you know what? You remember when they had that lemonade at Panera Bread that would send you to the ICU if you drank it? Like that.
People are
Was crazy.
babies. I drank those. They were so good.
God forbid they have more milligrams of caffeine than is the recommended dosage in a day.
I turned around and said to Eris, because he looked confused about what lemonade we're talking about, and his immediate response was, yeah, because it killed people.
Yeah. That's why I said lemonade and ICU. That was the perfect combination that you just said right there.
But
Unknowingly.
I liked that drink. I got quite a few of them. I'm just built different.
Alright, so here's the two Malga compositions. Sharks going for the Juno Brig, whereas Control is going for the Juno Ana. So, one team going for Anti, one team going for Sustain. That was a big time stomp from Torterra. Lemonade got down to like 12 HP right there and lived, but Wavy Creature goes down in the process to Tracemaker. And yeah, that's going to be point number 1 going to the Vicious Sharks.
Can I get a confirmation from anybody in chat that the overlays are working and the map swapped? Like, I clicked it, but it delayed on my end. So
what would they
be
looking at? What would they be looking at if they weren't looking at Temple of Anubis, Throne of Anubis right now?
It was the away screen, but it should be Temple now, or Throne.
Yeah, no longer. Well, it looks like Tracemaker had to head out, which means that Vicious Control is going to take point D. And so, in these moments, we have to ask, how many of those lemonades did you drink?
I used to get at least like one a week. I thought they were good.
It's crazy. Did you ever, like, were you ever violently shaking at any point in time?
No.
Okay. Because you know one of those lemonades is the same as, like...
They were like 300 milligrams.
It's like 32 ounces of coffee. That's so much coffee.
Nah, they weren't too bad.
Alright, we're going back. Sunless sleeping on the job. Lemonade taking down Torterra. Lemonade taking down Lucas. And here we go. We're back at C. Both teams are going to be available for this fight, which is the way you love to see it happen. Sorks having that ultimate online Tracemaker is going to go down. That is tough for the side of the Vicious Sharks. I mean, you're going to have to engage into this if you're the Vicious Sharks. You don't just want to give this point up for free. Oh my goodness. The orbital is just a hair too late, and Lemonade goes down in the process. But nobody from Vicious Sharks ever manages to touch the point, so Vicious Control takes it. And here we are, we're at B. Vicious Control up 2-1 right now. Lemonade going in, looking for this cage fight, I would have to imagine. Never mind, ICU said, I'll see you later. Here comes the Death Blossom.
After you drink too many Panera lemonades.
There's a reason they don't exist anymore, that's all I'm gonna say.
It is confirmed that they had 390 milligrams of caffeine.
Lord Jesus. Dueling cage fights. That's crazy that you could walk all the way down those stairs in that cage fight. It does look like Vicious Sharks are going to take this though. So we're going to head back to point number B as soon as this point number A gets captured by the Vicious Sharks, which will happen momentarily. And Sharks already set up at point number B, just awaiting the side of Vicious Control to really walk in. We got Sunless with an overclock, Sorks with an overclock. That's the only two things available right now. Tracemaker getting close on this Death Blossom as well. But I would imagine these two Sojourns are going to overclock at each other, and people are going to die. Or, you know, you might just do something like that. And that's a big time play from Sorks. Lemonade taking down Torterra. Sorks getting Lucas. Oh, I'm sorry, were you saying something?
I just said not to sleep.
There we go. Vicious Control up 4-2 right now in this series on map point. Vicious Sharks going to have their Death Blossom. And there comes the overclock out from Sunless, taking down Bocce Ohio. ICU gets Sunless. Lemonade going low right now. Torterra does get Wavy Creature. Sorks taking down Tracemaker. Torterra getting Lemonade. Sorks getting Lucas. But Sunless getting Sorks, and that's going to confirm it for the side of the Vicious Sharks. It was getting a little nerve-wracking there for the Vicious Sharks, but they do manage to take it. And we're looking at 3-4 still, so it is still match point for Vicious Control. Almost 5 ultimates in the bank for them. 4 ultimates in the bank for the side of Vicious Sharks. Lemonade looks like they're sneaking around, looking for a sneaky cage here. In comes the Stomp, and there it is, the Cage Jacks. The Cage Jacks comes in from Lemonade.
That's crazy.
ICU using this Death Blossom in the middle of point. Lucas sleeping ICU, but not moving. Lucas getting hunted down. Out comes the Cage, and there goes the Orbital. Gonna do it. Vicious Control taking this map in 5-3 fashion. Hey, I mean, what can you say? Vicious Control going up 3-2 in the series, putting themselves at match point. So they're really looking forward to this. Torterra getting play of the game on this Malga, though. That's still crazy to me that you can walk down those stairs in the middle of that cage. Nice aim coming out from the Malga, but it wasn't enough. So here we are. Potentially match point, or we could be going to a map 7, you know? Either one's possible. And we're going to, you guessed it, Circuit Royale. Surely we see Sigmas on this map.
I would be genuinely surprised if we don't.
You know, speaking of Sigmas, did you know that starting this year, the generation of people being born is now known as the Beta generation?
I find that hilarious, and that'll be held
Me too.
against them for the rest of their life.
Yeah, they're betas.
It's like the next 13 years or so.
Something like that, yeah. They're all betas. Can't wait until they're all Sigmas. That won't be for quite a while yet, but it will be funny when it happens. Sigma males might not even be a thing when they happen. Yeah.
No, they'll pick something new to turn into a trend.
Mm-hmm. I heard a hilarious insult, by the way, for someone who's like docile.
What's that?
You call them herbivores.
That's just goofy.
It's funny, isn't it, though? Like, have you ever watched, like, one of those animes where the main character is like, oh, I don't know, and I'm just like, damn, he really is an herbivore, the more I look at him. The more I look at him, like, if you ever watch Rent-A-Girlfriend, Kazuya from Rent-A-Girlfriend, that's an herbivore male in action. That is I almost cursed again. That is an herbivore male right there.
Give me their rosters quicker.
They're just trying to figure out who wants to play Sigma, who wants to play Widowmaker, you know?
Yeah.
Being that this is Circuit Royale. You know, do people play anything other than that on Circuit Royale? Maybe both of these teams just walk out on Malga.
Some people play dive because they can.
That's so crazy to me, because if you just sit back and poke, you should just be able to kill them out of anything they try to do.
You would think. Set up the prediction for map 6.
Map 6, are we going to see the end of the series here? Or will Vicious Control force a map... Vicious Sharks force a map 7? It's a very, very intriguing back and forth series, honestly. And if we do happen to go to map 7, that's a Lijiang Tower, so another fun map. You know? We could see a Bapalari, but Lucas has really loved playing this Zenyatta, so I get the feeling we're going to see some Bap Zen from the side of the Sharks.
Alright, looks like they are ready to go.
Here we go. Ready checks are in. Map number 6, Circuit Royale. Here we are. What are we going to see on this map? That's a joke. It's going to be Sigma. That's all anybody plays on this map.
I'll be more surprised if it isn't than if it is.
Exactly. I'm really curious if I'm going to see some Alari here. I personally love Alari. I knew that Lucas was going to come out on the Zen. This has played Zen this whole series, no matter what map it's been, so that doesn't surprise me. I really like this composition I'm seeing from the Sharks. It's looking really strong for this map. I don't like the composition I'm seeing from Vicious Control so far. There's only one way that this Reinhardt works. There's only one way. And I think you gotta run Lucio, and you gotta run Symmetra. If you do both of those things at the same time, you could potentially get on somebody's head fast enough to kill them. But with this poke... With this poke composition that's coming out from the Vicious Sharks, it's just gonna be too hard for Ryan to make it to them before he gets poked out. Because there's just too much poke damage, you know? Sigma Shield is down and out. I do like ICU playing this Widowmaker though, gives them some nice one-shot potential, but at the same time, Lemonade is just up here chilling on her. Or that's pretty much all this guy's doing right now. You're not doing much besides throwing fire strikes, because you're not going to make it to anybody before all your resources are done for. ICU taking down Tracemakers big time. That was a nice pin. That was a nice sleep as well. That was a good combination from the side of Vicious Control. Nice pin coming out from Lemonade. Lucas kind of backed themselves into a stairwell there. It's a smart pin. Also accurate skin being used by Lemonade, right? Bonus points for that.
Yes, cardboard. Top tier.
That's exactly what Reinhardt's made out of. If you ever played the character, you know it.
He's almost making this Sigma seem like he's made out of cardboard.
Well, they're not really poking him out. Like, and they're just kind of getting poked out themselves. Which, yeah, so see, look, they're losing the poke exchange when they have the poke comp. And now they're just playing pure counter for the Reinhardt. But, I always say this, Ram is a trick. That is a trick counter. That's not a Ryan counter in my mind, right? As long as you're being healed, you can survive whatever's going on with that. With the being punched through the shield and whatnot. But you have nothing to deal with Earth Shatter. You got that little shield that's gonna be gone after 2 seconds. You have nothing to deal with Earth Shatter.
Hello.
This
I
Earth
mean, if you're
Shatter should
lucky,
be
you can
incredibly
block the
free.
shatter, but
They're doing a much better job of positioning now, are the side of Vicious Sharks. Right. Before, Torterra wasn't, like, doing anything to prevent the Rhine from existing. Now, in those last 2 fights, they explicitly were like, okay, you're not just gonna walk at us for the entire game. So, very smart play from Torterra. And out comes the Malga swap instantly, and this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing right now. Now Torterra is going to go back to spawn and swap to Sigma again, probably. ICU taking down Sunless. Getting the better of this Widowmaker duel, honestly, for the most part. Nice... oh, does not save water with that Transcendence. That is a tough spot to get stuck in. And that's going to be point number B captured for the side of Vicious Control. They're looking absolutely dominant in this series so far. On this map in particular as well.
point number
Vicious
B.
Sharks don't seem to just have an answer. Oh, I'm sorry, what?
You said point number B and it was funny.
Yeah, you know, that's how I talk. I said the same thing on last map too.
The fight's coming to us.
But as we can see right now, looks like Wavy Creature is down here pushing P while the rest of the team is rotating around the side of the map. ICU putting up millions of question marks right now for reasons only known to them, because I start up question marks right now. Must be something going on. There's now a Mei on point, contesting the point, not allowing it to just move. The Widowmaker duel continuing to occur. Blizzard comes out, gets 2, but Wavy Creature lands the nade to kill Tracemaker before they can get any kills with the Blizzard. Oh, Lemonade, you're in a tough location right now. Call an ambulance, but not for me type of cage going on right there. When in fact the ambulance was needed for you, it turns out. Again, ICU is winning out this Widowmaker duel very consistently, but it's, in the last couple of fights at least, it isn't happening until the fight's already over with. So they've just kind of spent the whole fight looking at each other. So see right there, that coming so early, that's pretty much a guaranteed fight win. Yeah, great timing there on that kill. Ooh, that's a nano boost that just happened. That's definitely a nano boost that just occurred onto Lemonade. It's resulting in some cart push, but I just don't know. I don't think you're going to be able to finish anybody off here. Nice stomp by Lemonade. Alright, Tracemaker coming out of spawn with this pulse bomb. This needs to be big time. It does not look like Tracemaker is going to be able to get this pulse bomb off, even. Transcendence coming in from Lucas. Sunless does get Wavy Creature. That could prove useful if this fight goes on any longer, which it is not. And do you know what one of my Overwatch mottos is?
What?
All metas lead to Orisa or Malga.
Honestly, yeah.
For some reason, the dev team really loves Orisa and Malga. Not sure why.
For some reason, they think that is who the people like. Just like they think Kiri is what everybody wants.
Well, if you look at this chart here, it'll tell you that people buy Kiriko and Mercy skins. You know who people don't buy skins for? Venture.
Well, there aren't any to buy.
So?
You can't buy them if they
I'm
don't exist.
The general rule of thumb, people will buy skins if the character is hot.
True.
That's the general rule of thumb. Like, look at the, what's it? Everybody's buying that invisible skin on Rivals.
I mean,
Which,
it
by
makes
the way,
sense why they just gave Widow a mythic gun after she just got a mythic skin.
yeah. Which, by the way, Invisible Woman, Cloak and Dagger look identical. We need to do something about this.
I just had that thought earlier today while playing.
They look identical.
Actuating the barrier.
And now we're seeing both teams play Sigma. So I'm not sure what's causing this to happen now. What prompted this, but both teams are now playing more of what I expected them to play on this map. And I'm confused now, because I thought these teams didn't do that. Sunless taking down ICU. And honestly, just continuing to get the better of this Widowmaker duel for a majority of this map. A nice anti coming in from Wavy Creature, but I don't think that's going to result in too much. Wavy just getting spammed out right now by Tracemaker. There goes Sunless taking down Sorks. ICU does get Tracemaker, but it's, you know, a little too late here. Maybe this is why we saw the side of Vicious Control come out on Reinhardt last time. They just didn't want to take the mirror.
That could very well be the entire reason, honestly.
Here comes Lemonade on Winston. I think you're going to have to get on top of Sunless. Oh, nice shot from Sunless, taking down Bocce, Ohio. That's the best kill you could have possibly gotten right there. There's no way you don't just steamroll the rest of this point now, if you're the side of the Vicious Sharks. I mean, look, you got a Gravitic Flux. You're looking at a Pulse Bomb. Lemonade has now gone Zarya. Lemonade has no idea what to do. Lemonade said, I need about 390 milligrams of caffeine if I'm gonna know what to do.
We actually got a hot take in the chat saying Reinhardt has too many skins.
Reinhardt's another hero that people like. But Reinhardt's a hero people like because his gameplay is fun. So he's the exception to that hot rule. People like me are the ones that like get Reinhardt skins. It's like 30-year-old men who are like, oh, I like this guy.
This guy's cool.
Whereas the Mercy and Kiriko skin enjoyers are the gooners, as I like to call them.
And, you know, women. Women tend to like the pretty feminine skins on average.
Oh yeah, that's why they're doing Doki Doki Watch in a couple seasons. They know. They know what's gonna sell.
Yeah, season 16.
Yeah, everybody's excited for the Juno Mythic. Sorks taking down Sunless. Sorks getting Lucas as well. And just making this ult exchange useless for the side of the Vicious Sharks. Sorks, once again, just popping off on this Tracer. Alright, Sorks, I understand why you're down here. Lemonade, you can't get... You're here. This is where you are. Sunless just continuing to win this Widowmaker duel just over and over again, and it just isn't mattering. Like, I just keep picturing Dwayne Johnson showing up and being like, oh, you won the Widowmaker duel? It doesn't matter if you won the Widowmaker duel. It's a classic wrestling callback. I'm sure everybody in the chat knows about wrestling, surely.
It's possible.
Sunless again. I'm just gonna say, like, that's happening almost every fight. Like, that's happening almost every fight. and it is helping Vicious Sharks push this point so far. Like, it is helping so much. They're just constantly in a 5v4. It's one of the things that made On so good for the San Francisco Shock back in 2020. Nice grab coming in from Lemonade. Good work not using any more ultimates either. You managed to hold on to some other ults. Sorks has this pulse bomb. Looks like they're gonna set up near the spawn of Vicious Control and just look for the stick probably onto Lucas. Well, first they gotta try and beat Tracemaker in the ones.
Much better.
Sunless infra sights are up, but Sorks. Oh! The Adderall was taken after halftime. Because we've been past halftime for a little while now, so gotta bring that message back to the people.
That is true. We weren't reminded of our halftime.
But no, Sorks, quite a few. There's another one. Yeah, Sorks is just diddling the back line of the Vicious Sharks right now.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Did you miss me?
Mr. Combs would be proud of the level of diddling that is happening. My goodness.
Look at me go!
ICU takes the best of that fight. Oh lord, here come all the buttons being pressed. And it looks as though the Sharks are going to come out ahead in that fight. ICU does not get away. The fire burns ICU to death. It's always kind of cool when that happens. You know, they fly off, they think they got away, but then, you know, Malga lights you on fire, so you just die. We're at a minute 8, minute 7. And the Vicious Sharks have a Pulse Bomb available, but Tracemaker hasn't really this map, so they're going to have to make a big play here. There goes the stick, but it's onto a Malga that had Cardiac Overdrive available, so it did like 5 damage. But Tracemaker popping off in the neutral and getting 3 kills. Just kind of speeding around the map. They're going to have to kill Sorks here before this Pulse Bomb comes out. Sorks Pulse Bomb does not get anybody. Rally comes out from Wavy, instantly dead, and we're going to see the point capture come through for the Vicious Sharks. Minute for the Vicious Sharks, minute 59 available for the side of Vicious Control. So we're about to see Vicious Sharks attack once again. What are you thinking so far, Arya, about this Circuit Royale Malga mirror?
Honestly, seeing Maga on this map is surprising to me, especially given that the entire rest of their comps are poke. But I mean, they just stand in each other's faces. It's almost whoever has the better support line.
I told you. You saw my post in the caster chat, right?
I did. This,
it's exactly what they look like when they're playing against each other. Let me tell you, I do this thing when I'm playing and I'm focused super hard, where I start mouth breathing really heavily for no reason. Just because I'm really focused. That doesn't happen when I'm playing Malga. There is no focus on that character. You just sit there and shoot at each other really hard.
You just hold your primary.
No, you hold left and right click. They're both being held
true.
simultaneously. And then occasionally you go, ha ha ha.
I shot you.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Here we go. Vicious Sharks getting ready to push P. That's gonna be crazy when Malga's 2 people. Then Malga can just stand on cart and push it faster than a Tracer can. Sork's taking down water early. That is what you want to see if you're the Vicious Sharks. Losing any players is just not a good look right now. You need as much push as you can get. But you are going to have to clear Vicious Control off of this high ground. You cannot let Sork sit up here on this Ash. Sunless taking down Wavy Creature is a good start, though. There you go. That's good work clearing Sorks off of that high ground. That's exactly what you needed to do if you're Vicious Sharks. Now you got to clear this Malga off your point. Lemonade just getting lit up from all angles. Now if you're Sunless, what would be really good right here? Take down ICU almost instantly, as you have been for a majority of this game. If you can just keep that up, give your team a man advantage. There's no ults really available for either side. You're still looking at a generally neutral fight. So getting a pick with Widowmaker would be incredibly valuable right now. Alright, both teams just kind of looking at each other. Sork's taking down Torterra. That's probably gonna do it. There you go, yep. This is not very far that to push this, so if you're Vicious Sharks, you almost have to do a spawn hold here if you want to have any hope of winning this map.
I mean, if they don't hold them here, that decides the winner of Grand Finals, and Sharks doesn't get their second season in a row. And we'll see what kind of comps we have going on, what, round 4 of this map now?
Yep. So we can see the golden box of victory right around the corner here. The Reaper makes total sense to me here because you're gonna have to close hold this. Like, that's just what's gonna have to happen. You're gonna need to fight at this first corner. You're gonna need to fight at this first corner. That's where first fight needs to occur, because then it gives you 2 fights. You're gonna have to fight at that first corner, and then you're gonna have to fight at the second corner. That's the only 2 spots you can realistically fight and have a good advantage if you're the Vicious Sharks. So yeah, this is exactly how you have to play this. And honestly, for this first fight, you're just stalling for as much time as possible. If you can full hold them, awesome. But if you can't, get at least a minute out of them. Oh, that's a tough series of events that just happened right there. I love how both Malgas stood perfectly still while their cardiac overdrives were happening. How did ICU get behind the entire team? That can't be the thing that happens right there. Well, okay, that took 20 seconds. That's, you know, realistically, that's probably about the best you could hope for in that circumstance. As soon as that anti and sleep came out on Torterra, that was pretty much it for that point. For that fight, I guess I should say. And here we go, we're at last fight. Last fight, this is going to be the series decider right here. Not necessarily the series decider, because if Sharks can win this, we'll go to a map 7. Sunless taking down ICU is exactly what you needed if you're the Vicious Shark, though. Oh, Torterra, but Sunless takes down Bachi, Ohio. Sunless taking down Wavy Creature. And that is gonna do it, folks. We're gonna see the side of Vicious Control take this in a 4-2 fashion. They absolutely killed it. Great performance by them.
No one can hide from my sight.
And with that, we are actually going to see if they have any interest in a short MVP interview. but we do have to choose an MVP. Do you have any particular person that you think deserves it more than others on the team?
Yeah, I think Sorks deserves it. There was quite a few times where Sorks just kind of soloed multiple people with no real assistance from the rest of their team. And so I think that that's definitely worth noting. That Tracer play was incredibly dominant for pretty much this entire series.
With that, I was told Sorks does not talk and does not want to do an interview.
Okay.
I don't think they realize that if it's not who we choose as the MVP, none of them get it.
Oh, fair enough.
But, I mean, if you want to, we can just bring in whoever they choose, but...
That's fine. We can do that.
I forgot Lemonade is a DPS player. He's not even a tank. I do have to get the Discord though, so I know who to add to the voice chat. Should be joining in just a moment. We can finish out our Tier 5 Grand Final stream with a little interview once they get here.
Cool. It's always good to see what the teams are thinking after winning a series, especially against one of your in-org rivals and whatnot, you know?
And
Yo.
Speaking of, there he is.
Alright, welcome to the chat, Lemonade. First things
What's
first, congrats on the win. And
Of course.
so I have to ask the question because I don't see it too often. What was prompting both teams to play Malga so much?
So, well, let me take another bite real quick.
Are you actively eating?
Give me a second, hold on.
Honestly, doing that in an interview is top tier.
So, Portera thinks he's like the best Malga or some shit. Like, that's just not true. So I had to show him who's boss, you know what I'm saying?
That is
Gotcha.
quite fair.
All right, and then so why the Reinhardt at the beginning of Circuit Royale used by? So I'm wondering what was the idea with the pick?
The idea was that there was no idea.
Gotcha.
I couldn't tell you why.
Just
He just
entirely for
looked
fun.
nice to pick right there. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So how are you guys doing?
Honestly,
Oh,
I'm
can't complain.
tired. I want to go to bed, so we're gonna try and make this quick.
I get it.
With that being said, did all of you guys have fun? Did everyone in the org have fun? I mean, was it an enjoyable playoff season?
I mean, my team is just so beautiful, handsome, and tight. Like, could we ever lose a game? No. I mean, I just have to thank everyone there, you know what I'm saying?
That is entirely fair. I'll leave it to Shadow to ask any more questions if he has any to ask.
How does it feel to be the best team in the org right now?
Well, thing is, I've known that for years, right? So, I mean, nothing's really changed. Do we get some money though? We got any money or nah?
This season there was not a prize pool, but there
Oh
is
my god.
officially. Yeah, I was told that Torterra did happen to tell the organization that there was a prize pool when there is not. But
Here's a fraud, bro.
there is money that the staff have put into the account for Tier 5 for next season. If you guys do compete again, there is a $100 prize pool for next season.
That's it?
Yeah, we're broke.
I know you're rich, bro. Slide some money in there. What the hell?
I am not rich. I have student loan debt.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll take my leaves.
Well, all right.
Thank y'all
Congrats
for
again,
casting.
and have a good night.
Thank you for joining us.
How do I
Well,
leave?
okay.
Hold up. Are y'all
Well,
gonna kick
alright.
me? Or... Yeah, hold up.
I think Arya's gonna take care of it. Yeah.
I was going to,
Well,
but
alright.
then I wasn't sure what he was gonna say, so I was giving him a minute.
Well, all right. That's gonna wrap it up for Tier 5 finals for Annihilation Overwatch. But tomorrow we're going to have another grand finals as well, so keep an eye out for that. Turn on those notifications. You'll have them here. You'll have them in the Discord server as well. And I think that's all I really have to add to that. Do you have anything else to add, Arya?
No, tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST is UKMD and Sticks. It's our last game of the entire season, and signups for next season beginning on March 24th are out now. So we will catch you next time. Have a good night, everyone.